number 1 integers. Today we are going to continue with the exercise 1.3 question number 5. Find the product using suitable properties. Now we have studied about the properties of the product. First one was closure property, second was associative property, third was commutative property, fourth was distributive property. All these properties you have to use over here and solve the given sums. First A is given over here, 26 multiplied by minus 48 plus minus 48 multiplied by minus 36. Now here you can see minus 48 and minus 48, it is twice. So it is already distributed with the 26 and 36. Already 48 is distributed among both of them. This means that we have to use distributive property over here. So what we will do? So what we will do, minus 48 both it is with the 26 also and it is with the minus 36 also in the multiplication form. So what we will do, we will put minus 48 only once. Afterwards multiplication sign. After that now which is left over, 26 and minus 36 are left over. So we will write them in the box bracket, 26 and minus 36. Now which sign we have to put over here? The sign between these two, after leaving two of multiplication, then after plus sign is there. So that plus sign we will put over here. Then 26 plus minus 36 will be there in the box bracket. After that we will do 26 plus minus, it will be minus. So 26 minus 36, the answer will be minus 10. So minus 48 multiplied by minus 10, it will be equal to 480. So this way we have used the distributive property for solving this problem. 7 number will be your homework. Now we will see the 8th number. A cement company earns a profit of rupees 8 per bag of white cement sold. Now whenever a company is solding a white cement bag, then it is having a profit. And what is the profit? It is rupees 8 per bag. If they are selling one white bag, then they are getting 8 rupees as a profit. And we will represent profit in the plus sign. Now, and a loss of rupees 5 per bag of grey cement sold. Now another bag is of grey color. Now whenever they are solding grey color bag, then they are having a loss. Loss means in a negative way they are getting, means that much will be minus from that, from money will be minus. So here it will be minus rupees 5. Now first question A is given that the company sells 3000 bags of white cement and 5000 bags of grey cement in a month. What is its profit or loss? Here some amount of bag is given, that white cement bag are 3000 and that much they are selling. And what is given, that whenever they are selling white cement bag, then they are getting rupees 8 per bag. Means one bag they are selling, then they are getting rupees 8. Then if they are selling 3000 bags, then how many rupees they will get? Simple, we have to multiply 3000, we have to multiply by 8. And another thing is given, that 5000 bags of grey cement in a month. Now 5000 bags they are selling. For grey cement bags they are having a loss. So loss of how many rupees? Rupees 5. For if they are selling one grey bag, then they are getting minus 5 rupees, means loss of 5 rupees. Now they are selling 5000 such bags. So 5000 multiplied by minus 5. Whatever will be the answer. After that we have to compare that which is larger and which is smaller. Let us see the solution. Here see what is given, that we will write down first. Profit of one bag of white cement is equal to rupees 8. This is already given in the question. And loss of one bag of grey cement is equal to rupees 5. First for A, profit on selling 3000 bags of white cement. Now how many money we will get if we will sold 3000 bags? Then 3000 multiplied by 8, because for white cement we are getting profit. So whatever money we will get, that will be our profit. So we will write profit of selling 3000 bags of white cement. It will be equal to 3000 multiplied by 8. The answer will be rupees 24,000. Now we will come to the loss. Now loss of selling 5000 bags of grey cement. It will be equal to again 5000 multiplied by this 5. So 5000 multiplied by this 5, it will be rupees 25,000. Now loss we are getting 25,000 and profit we are getting 24,000. So which is larger, profit or loss? Loss is larger. That means therefore his total loss on selling the grey cement bag, it will be equal to loss minus profit. What they are getting? They are not getting profit, they are getting loss. But how much loss they are getting, that we have to find out. We have to find out the difference of profit and loss, then we will get that how much loss they are getting. So 25,000 minus 24,000, it will be equal to rupees 1,000. What is the number of white cement bags it must sell to have neither profit nor loss if the number of grey bags sold is 6,400 bags? Now here the condition is given that there should be neither loss neither profit. That means that the amount of loss should be equal to amount of profit. And here another thing is given that the number of grey bags sold are 6,400 bags. Now what we have to find out? We have to find out the number of white cement bags. Already grey cement bags they have given that they are selling 6,400. But what about white cement bags? That we have to find out. Let us see the solution. Here you can see what is given. What we have to find out, given we know that white cement bags are given and the number of grey cement bags are given, and we have to find out the white cement bags. So let the number of bags of white cement bags be X. X means we don't know that what is the number of the white cement bags. That we will suppose that it is X. Now condition according to the question, it is given that it should be loss should be equal to profit. Now for loss it will be for loss, what is the rate for one bag? We are getting rupees 5 as loss. So how many bags we are selling? 6,400. So 5 multiplied by 6,400. For loss we will write down this much value. It will be equal to profit is equal to, it is for one bag 8 rupees. So 8, but what is the number that we don't know? That we have taken X. So X multiplied by 8. Now here X we will write down over here. Now 5 multiplied by 6,400, then we will write down as a numerator. Now in denominator we only need X. Here 8 we don't need over this side. We need it on the this side. So 8 we will put over here and it will be in the denominator. So divided by 8. Now we will go for the cancellation. Here you can see 8 and 64. 8 is a 64. So 8 it will be cancelled out and here we can write down 800. 8 will be cancelled out and 6400 will be cancelled out and it will be 800. Now again 800 multiplied by 5. So 8 5s are 40 and the 2 zeros of 8. So the answer will be 4,000. Here there is a mistake. Here it will be 4,000 bags. Thus he must sell 4,000 white cement bags to have neither profit or loss. So our condition will be fulfilled if the company is selling 4,000 white cement bags. Topic division of an integer. Now we have learned about addition, subtraction and multiplication. Now another topic is we have to learn about the division of an integer. Division refers to splitting into equal parts. What do we mean by division? Division means we have to divide the whole into the two equal parts. Example, dividing 4 ice creams into 2 parts. We get 2 ice creams in each part. Now we are having 4 ice creams. If I want to divide them, then what I will do? 2 pairs we will make it. So means when we are dividing 4 into equal parts, what we are getting then 2 ice creams we will get in each part. That is 4 divided by 2. It will be equal to 2. The next topic is division of negative integer by a positive integer. Now one is negative integer and the when we divide a positive integer by a negative integer, we first divide them as whole numbers and then put a minus sign before the quotient. That is, we get a negative integer. Now, the final answer will be in the negative form. First, what we will do? First, we will divide both of them. The numerator and the denominator we will divide as a whole numbers. We will neglect that they are having negative signs. First, we will divide them as a whole numbers. After that, whatever we are getting as an answer, that we will put. After that, what we will do? After that, lastly we will put a negative sign before the answer. This way, we will divide a negative and a positive integer. So, in general, for any two positive integers a and b. Now, suppose we are taking a and b as a positive integers. Now, for negative, we will put a negative sign. So, a divided by minus b will be equal to minus a divided by b. Means, if the negative sign is in the numerator, in the denominator, or negative sign is in the numerator, both the answers will come at last in the negative form only, where b should not be equal to 0. Here the denominator should not be equal to 0. Why? That answer you will get afterwards. Example, 125 divided by minus 25, it will be equal to 25, and 125 will divide, what will be the answer? 5. 25 5 is 125. So the answer will be 5. Now 25 is having a negative sign. One negative sign only have, and we have, and that is in the denominator. Here you can see a divided by minus b. So here the b is having a minus sign. So it is also having a minus sign. So the answer will be in the negative form, that we have done, that put a minus sign before the quotient. This quotient is 5. And before that we are putting a minus sign. So at last the answer will be in the negative form, and it is minus 5. Now another minus 64 divided by 8. Same, a is in the negative form, so the answer will be also negative. It will be equal to minus 8. Here minus is not visible, but it is minus 8. Now another point. Division of positive integer by positive integer and division of negative integer by negative integer. Here positive is not written, but here positive is there. So division by positive integer and by a positive integer. We have seen that when one positive and one negative are there, then the answer is in the negative form. Now what about when both are positive and both are negative? So for any two positive integers a and b, minus a divided by minus b will be equal to a divided by b, where b should not be equal to 0. Means whatever answer we will get for minus a divided by minus b, that will be equal to a divided by b. So what answer we will get for a divided by b? It will be positive. So same answer we will get for minus a divided by minus b. So if both are negative, answer is positive. Both are positive, answer is positive. Try this. 12, page number 22. Question number 1. 5. We have to find a minus 100 divided by 5. Here you can see we can compare them as minus a divided by b. So the answer will be in the negative form. So answer will be minus 100 divided by 5. It will be equal to 5 and is 100. So it will be equal to 20, and one negative sign you can see in the numerator. So the answer will be also in the negative. So it will be equal to minus 20. Now another 4 are homework. Now try this 13 on page number 23. This page number are of the textbooks, and I have given the number of every. Try this for easy to know. Try this 30. First question number 1. Find a 125 divided by minus 25. This we already have seen in the example. A divided by minus b, that we have done for minus a divided by b. Now we have seen. But now we will see a divided by minus b. Again one negative you can see. So the answer will be in the negative form. So 125 divided by minus 25. What will be 25 5s are 125. So it will be equal to 5. After that one negative, the negative sign you can see. So the answer will be in the negative form, minus 5. All others are homework. Now try this 14, page Here both are negative, then the answer will be in the positive form. So minus 36 divided by minus 4. So 4 nines are 36, answer will be 9. Both are negative, so the answer will be positive. The answer will be 9. Now let us see the properties. We have already learned about the subtraction, addition and multiplication properties for the integers. Now we will learn about the division properties of integer. First, commutative property. Now commutative property, in division a divided by b is not equal to b divided by a. Now for multiplication, a multiplied by b was equal to b multiplied by a. But for division, a divided by b will not be equal to b divided by a. Why? Let us see. Hence, division does not follow commutative property. So, division does not follow a commutative property. Example, minus 15 divided by 3, the answer will be minus 5. But, now again here, for a divided by b, minus 15 divided by 3, we are getting minus 5 as answer. Now, we will go for RHS, b divided by a. Now again 3 divided by 15, the answer will be 1 by 4. So are LHS and RHS equal? No, because here we are getting minus 5 as answer and here we are getting 1 by 5. So LHS is not equal to RHS. They are not equal. So commutative property is not followed by the division. Next property, associative property. Division does not follow associative property. Now associative property is also not followed by the division. Example, 15 divided by, in the bracket, minus 3 divided by minus 3. Now minus 3 divided by minus 3, what will be the answer? Both are negative, so the answer will be positive. And 3 divided by 3, answer is 1. So 1 over here, 15 divided, we will write as it is. This bracket we have solved and answer we are getting as 1. Now 15 divided by 1, it will be equal to 15 only. But 15 divided by minus 3 divided by minus 3. Now first we have to divide 15, we have to divide it by minus 3. What will be the answer? 15 divided by minus 3. The answer will be 3 5s are 15 and in minus form. So minus 5 will be the answer. Minus 5 divided by minus 3. Minus 5 divided by minus 3 means both are negative, so the answer will be positive. So it will be equal to 5 divided by 3. So both statements are not equal. Here you can see, here we are getting 15, here 5 is written, there is a mistake. It will be over here 15, here 15 and here 5 by 3. Both are different. So associative property is also not followed by the division. Now let's see the distributive property. So distributive property for three integers a, b and c, a divided by b plus c in bracket is not equal to a divided by b in bracket plus c. Hence division does not follow distributive property. Example, let us see LHS. 15 divided by here a divided by b plus c. A we are taking 15, b we are taking 3 and c we are taking 2. So 15 divided by 3 plus 2. So what we will do first, we will add up 3 and 2 because they are in the bracket. 3 plus 2 it will be equal to 5. So 5 will be in the denominator and 15 will be as a numerator. 15 divided by 5. What will be the answer? 5 is the 15. So the answer will be 3. It will be equal to 3. But now let us see this side. A divided by b in bracket plus 3. So first we have to divide a and b. After that the answer we have to plus in the with the c. So 15 divided by 3. What will be 15 divided by 3? It will be 5. So 5 we are writing plus 2. Again plus 2 as it is. 5 plus 2 it will be equal to 6. So see, for LHS we are getting answer as 3 and for RHS we are getting answer as 6. Both statements are not equal. You can see both statements are not equal. So you can say that division property for the commutative property is not followed by the division. Again associative property is also not followed and distributive property is also not followed by the division. Division does not follow any property. Now another thing is division by 0. Now what will be the answer if we divide anything by 0? So when we divide a number by 0, the that is a divided by 0 is equal to undefined. Anything we are dividing by 0, then we don't have any answer. What will be the answer? We don't know. So what we are writing? We are writing undefined. Example 5 divided by 0. 5 we have to divide by 0. We don't have any number. 0 means no particular anything. We are not having 0 means the it will be equal to not defined. We are not getting any answer whenever we are dividing by 0. So when we were writing that a divided by b, then afterwards we were writing that where b should not be equal to 0. Why? Because division by 0 is undefined. Now when 0 is divided by any number, the result is 0 itself. Now example 1, 0 divided by 7. Now if we are dividing 0 by any number, then the answer is 0. If we are dividing any number by 0, then the answer is undefined. So whenever 0 is in the numerator, answer is 0. But if 0 you see only 0 in the denominator, then the answer will be undefined. Okay. Now for easy remembrance, if 0 is at up, then the answer is 0. If 0 is at down, answer is undefined. Now division by 1. Now we have seen division by 0. Now we will see division by 1. First one, when we divide a number by 1, the result is number itself. Whenever we are dividing anything by 1, then we are getting the number itself. For any integer a divided by 1, it will be equal to a only. Example, let us see. 27 divided by 1, it will be equal to 27 itself. Minus 12 divided by 1, the answer will be minus 12. Third, 20 divided by 1, the answer will be 20 itself. On page number 24. First question is given that is 1 divided by a equal to 1? That we have to answer yes or no. So answer will be no. Why? Because anything we are dividing by 1, it will be equal to 1 by that integer itself. So 1 by divided by a is not equal to 1. Example 1 divided 4 will be equal to 1. No, it will be equal to 1 by 4 only. Now second, a divided by minus 1, it will be equal to minus a. Whether it is true or not, that we have to say. For any integer a, take different values of a and check. We have to check whether we are getting answer correct or not. So answer will be yes, because a divided by minus 1, the answer will be a, and we are having 1 giving negative. A is having a negative, so the answer will be also in the negative form. So a divided by minus 1, it will be equal to minus a. Let us see the example. 4 divided by minus 1, it will be equal to 4, and 1 is having minus, so the answer will be the negative form, is minus a. See, what a we have taken as 4, and what we are getting? We are getting minus 4 as the answer. Another 17 divided by minus 1, answer will be minus 7. On page number 24, example number 6 is given. In a test, plus 5 marks are given for every correct answer. If you are giving a correct answer, then you are getting plus 5 marks. And minus 2 marks are given for every incorrect answer. Now, if your answer is incorrect, then there will be a negative marking of minus 2. First, we have to find Radhika answered all the questions and scored 30 marks through she got 10 correct answers. Now, some things are given that what is the total score? It is 30 marks and she got 10 correct answers. Now, how many correct answers she is having? She is giving 10 correct answers. So, we have to find out the number of incorrect answers we have to find out. So what is given, that we will write down first. Marks given for one correct answer is equal to 5. How many correct answers are there? 10 correct answers are there. So marks given by 10 correct answers will be equal to 5 multiplied by 10, it will be equal to 50. So 50 marks she is getting for her correct answers. Now Radhika's score, already score is given. Score is equal to 30. That means that total score is 30, and the one part that correct answer she is getting 50 incorrect answers are there and how many marks she is getting. So marks obtained for incorrect answers. Now marks for incorrect answers will be what? Total score minus the marks of correct answers. So what is total score? 30. So 30 minus correct answer ke what were the marks of correct answers is 50. That we have to minus from the 30. So 30 minus 50. Answer will be minus 20. So minus 20 marks she is getting for incorrect answers. These are only marks. But what we need? We need number of incorrect answers. So what we will do? We will go for division. So marks given for one incorrect answer, it will be minus 2. Now we already know that one incorrect answer. Then minus 2 marks will be deducted for negative marking is there. So minus 2 will be deducted from the total marks. Therefore, number of incorrect answers will be equal to how many marks she is getting? Minus 20 of incorrect. How many marks she is getting for one incorrect answer? That is minus 2. So minus 20 divided by minus 2, it will be equal to 10. What is 10? 10 will be number of incorrect answers. Now, second, Jai also answered all the questions and scored minus 12 marks through. Though he got 4 correct answers, how many incorrect answers had they attempted? Now we have to find out again for Jai also we have to find out the number of incorrect answers. Same we will do. Here the score is minus 12. For Jai the score is minus 12. So marks given for 4 correct answer, it will be for one correct answer we are getting 5. So for 4 we will get 5 multiplied by 4. It will be equal to 20. Now here we have written Radhika's score was 30. Now again for here we will write Jai's score. Jai's score is equal to minus 12. So another step, marks obtained for incorrect answers, it will be equal to how many? Total score minus the marks for correct answers means minus 12 minus 20. Minus 12 minus 20 minus that means we have to add. So 20 plus 12 it will be equal to 32 and the answer will be in the negative form. It will be equal to minus 32. Now marks given for one incorrect answer is equal to minus 2. One incorrect answer you will give, then you will have a minus 2 marking. And total incorrect answers are minus 32. So we want to find out the number of incorrect answers. So what we will do? We will do division. So therefore number of incorrect answers it will be equal to minus 32 divided by minus 2. So the answer will be 16. You know that whenever we are dividing negative by negative, answer is positive. So 2 16s are 32, 16 negative. So the answer will be 16 only, means positive answer. Now example 7. A shopkeeper earns a profit of rupees 1 by selling one pen and incurs a loss of 40 paisa per pencil while selling pencils of her old stock. Now here profit is also there and loss is also there. Profit is that 1 rupee he gets for pencil in the profit form. Now incurs a loss means he gets loss if he of 40 pencil per pencil while selling pencils of her old stock. For new stock he is getting rupees 1 as profit, but now if he is selling the old stock of the pencil, then he is getting loss of in paisa form 40 paisa. Now first we have to find out, in a particular month she incurs a loss of rupees 5. Now loss is given to you that how many? Rupees 5. In this period she sold 45 pens. Now rupees 5 is loss, but for how much? How much pens? 45 old pens she is selling. How many pencils did she sell in this period? Total we have to find out. That how much pencils she is getting. Now first answer, profit earned by selling one pencil, that is given that a shopkeeper earns a profit of rupees 1 by selling one pencil. That only we have to write down. That profit earned by selling one pen is equal to rupees 1. Now another thing, profit earned by selling 45 pens. In the question we are given that That means the profit earned by selling 45 pens will be 45 multiplied by 1, because for 1 pen she is getting 1 rupees, so for 45 she will get 45 rupees. So rupees 45, which is denoted by plus rupees 45 because it is in the profit form. So plus rupees 45. So total loss given is equal to rupees 5. Now some other thing is also given, that the total loss is given rupees 5. 5 rupees loss she is having, which is denoted by minus rupees 5. Now loss is minus 5 and profit is plus 45. So profit plus loss will be equal to total loss. At the end she is getting a loss. So we have to find out what loss incurred. How much loss she is getting. So how many pencils she sell in this period. That we have to find out. Before that we have to find out that how much loss she is getting. After loss we will find out the number of pencils. So loss incurred it will be equal to total loss. Total loss, this positive profit earned that will come this side, it will be in the negative form. So minus profit earned. So total loss is minus 5, here minus 5. Profit earned is 45, but 45 we have to minus. So minus 5 minus 45, answer will be minus 50. Now this is in the rupees form, rupees minus 50. So we will convert it into the paisa. Why? Because the loss is in the paisa form. So it will be equal to minus 5,000 paisa. Minus 5,000 paisa. It is the loss earned by her. Now loss incurred by selling one pencil is equal to 40 paisa. Now whenever one pencil is sold from the old stock, then she is getting 40 paisa as a loss. So we will write for loss as minus 40 paisa. So number of pencils sold will be how much money? Total loss is minus 5,000 divided by for one pencil 40 paisa. So divided by minus 40. 5,000 divided by 40, it will be equal to 125. Negative, it will become positive. The answer will be in the positive form. It will be equal to 125. Now another question is that in the next month she earns neither profit nor loss. Here again the same question is that she is not having any profit, neither any loss. If she sold 70 pens, how many pens did she sell? Now 70 pens she is selling, then how many pencils did she sell? Now let us see in the next month. In the next month there is neither profit nor loss. That means that profit earned and loss incurred both are equal. So both addition will be equal to 0. That is profit earned will be equal to minus loss incurred. My loss incurred we are putting after the equal to sign. So it will come this side and it will be in the negative form. So profit earned it will be equal to minus loss incurred. Now profit earned by selling 70 pens. We have said that she is earning profit by selling 70 pens. We have to find out the pens for loss. For profit they have given that she is selling 70 pens. So profit earned by selling 70 pens. Rupees 1 we are getting for 1 pen. So for 70 pens how much? 70 multiplied by 1 it will be equal to 70 only. So rupees 70. Hence loss incurred by selling pencils it will be equal to rupees 70, which we indicate by minus rupees 70 or minus 7,000 paisa. So how much loss she is getting? Minus 50, minus 70 or minus 7,000 paisa. So total number of pencils sold it will be equal to 7,000 divided by minus 40. Minus 7,000 divided by minus 40. Total whatever answer we are getting, that is 7,000 paisa. And for loss, for one pencil the loss is 40 paisa. That 40 paisa we will divide it by the total loss, means 7,000 divided by 40. So the answer will be both are negative. The answer will be positive. It will be equal to 175. That 175 is what? Pencil. You can see what we have to find over here. At the end, how many pencils did she sold? So she sold 175